kids, jokes. I mean dogs and cats. We are very lucky to get to know this gorgeous human being for a very long time. Way before this hairstyle, from this long ass hair to whatever, to this, long again, and this one. We each have a different story of how we met Ngoc, and today we'll take turns to tell our story. It was fall 2010, my first day at BIS that I met Ngoc. I think we met on orientation day briefly, but anyway, I was placed in 10 and there we go, Mrs. Wilson's form class. Someone else, an ugly one, and oh my god, I look hideous. Anyway, okay. Oh, I totally forgot Has in the same form. Okay, MC is nowhere to be found. Oh wait, that's right. The school totally wiped her out that year, but there she is, next to Rosie. This page is really full though, MC. But while we are at the yearbook, let's see. Oh, look at that. Lily never changes. Anyway, it was through Joe that I knew Ngoc. We knew each other from British Council. Yep, that's Min Chao. That's me. There's a little bitch blocking me. And there again, MC and me. Back in BIS, MC got Lynn, the ABG, as her buddy, and I didn't have one. Long story short, we all went down to Bistro and she left. That's when MC introduced me to Ngoc. Starting off, this is literally the only photo of you in year 10 I could find. So for the whole year 10, or at least the first term, we three would come down to Bistro and do absolutely nothing. My first impression of you was how scary, I mean cool, you looked with that hair, same as my driver. Also, I thought you had the coolest music taste and made mine look like trash. Back then, I remembered thinking how close you and MC are, just like Simon and the Matt's book incident. Oh, and I was always impressed with your endless ganquaimer. Our first photo together was from Halloween year 10. What the fuck, Langdon? Get out of this monumental friendship moment. You can't just get rid of Langdon, can you? In year 10, we only share one math class together, where we did absolutely nothing and set fire effect on pretty much everyone and laughed our asses off. Oh, and don't forget the very accurate scale of maturity. Seriously, how did we pass math? In IB, we were in form class together, English, physics, arts, and the best innovation day ever. We had our high and low, and most of our photos in BIS have someone in it, until lately. But our friendship milestone is when I'm adopted to your family. Please look at these texts and this. I'm framing all three in my room. So thank you for the beautiful friendship and sisterhood. I love you, Ngoc.
My beloved Sue, let me tell you about the greatest years of my life. The time that I have met one of the coolest chicks I've ever known. It was in my year 9 at BIS that I met Sun. And I learned from that friendship that we all make mistakes in life, and sometimes life gives you opportunity to amend your errors and start over again. And that's when I met Ngoc. And some of the people that my characters in the story I'm about to tell you. It was not in year 9, it was actually up till year 12 that we became close friends and hang out in the cafeteria, and I was part of the best group of people I've ever known. My first most memorable impression of Ngoc was in Vietnamese class in year 10, and I dare say her first impression of me was in that very Vietnamese class too. My first impression of Ngoc was her hair, and also the fact that she would always have all the coolest and most aesthetic PowerPoint slides whenever we have to give presentation. Well, I would not expect anything less from your auntie, the now world-renowned, award-winning designers whose work worth $1,000,000. Fast forward to year 12, because year 10 and 11 were a blur in our friendship. And to be honest, I did not know about all the bullshit she was put through by my very own ex-best friend. But let's not go there. That's a story for another rainy day. In year 12, I had TOK with Ngoc and MC, but I became close with them through Quinn and Mai, and somehow I ended up getting adopted into the gang. And we did everything together. I did not feel weird at all, even though I never hang out with them in the past 2 years. Somehow, I felt welcome right away. Sure, there were times my Facebook account got hacked, and a lot of pranks, and a lot of jokes, and a lot of embarrassing moments in common room, on the taxi ride, in public in general. But with Ngoc, high school years were never dull. If you ask me, I would say our greatest bond was through butt slapping, and I don't think I even enjoy it, but that had become our tradition. And after year 13, we graduated, but we had the group chat to keep us going through lives. Dank memes have been, are, and will always be Ngoc's legacy. Don't question, don't even think anyone can replace her in terms of providing high quality memes. And always in the right time, too. There have been some changes to our group, but through years and years, the group chat is still alive. I can't say the same about our will to live, though. And that is also the second thing that Ngoc and I bond over, our constant suicidal thoughts. I love Ngoc to the moon and back, and even though life makes it hard for us to meet these days, I'm sure we'll always keep each other in the back of our hearts somewhere. And even though the group chat can seem like it's dying sometimes, we would never leave. So now, I'm gonna end the story of how I met Ngoc and give her a call to say, and give her a call to say,
Hi guys, please bear with me, I have my braces on. So, the time span when I actually met Ngoc for the first time lies somewhere between 3-year-old and 5-year-old me. I actually met some of our neighbor friends, or aka imaginary friends, when I was barely 3 years old. However, since Ngoc didn't originally live in the neighborhood at first, we probably only met when she moved in. That being said, I obviously have zero recall how we first met, but I can still recall some of my oldest memories about Ngoc. She has always been much taller than I am. She was literally more than a head taller than I was until my growth spurt hit. Ngoc from my childhood had freaking long hair. She was very sensitive, and I'm pretty sure most of the kids from me at least low-key afraid of her in some way. Like how if we were playing in the neighborhood, if someone managed to piss her off, the game is over. She would just storm off and everyone else will eventually leave as well. She has always been stronger than I am too. She could already manhandle any guys back then. We had so much fun in the neighborhood together with our imaginary friends. Well, we did basically grow up together in a way. I like to think that our Ellie is like the one in Reply 1988, except that we have 2 girls. There's no tech, and all the love lives in our group have pretty sad endings. Epic flashback to Bear's longer than needed period of ostracization and being treated like a cockroach. All of the birthday parties together, or the Christmas party, Drum has always been extravagant with their parties. The 3-part Christmas party, even with a Santa Claus, if I remember correctly, and we even create blaze in the alley with the other kids, having fights with the kids from the outside of the alley. Flashback to Ngoc's cousin Pete in a plastic bag to throw at them kids, just to have all the pee on himself, cause they were smart enough to dodge and threw back. And all the birthday parties in the park. Why a flashback to going living band and Bear's extra Oscarization, sorry surprises, for throwing that ball like he wanted to kill us. Our childhood was lit. Anyway, fast forward to 9th grade when Ngoc went to ACG and Kumge, I think I got that correctly. I think it was when we really bonded and became much closer. I would actually wait for her to come back from school every day, and then we would hang out around in the neighborhood like hobos, and to stalk the Japanese guy who always come back at around 5 p.m. It was probably one of the best decisions of our life to apply to BAS together. That was when our story really began with the arrival of Quinn, the one that got away, and later on the one who actually stays, surprisingly.
Hi guys, after a year of not finishing off the ending for this, MC has finally reached her optimal working condition, which is under a lot of pressure, aka very real death threats from Quinn, who will actually come to Adelaide in less than a week and end me if I don't do this. Naturally, I felt enough motivation to sit down and finish up my story. This time with no praises and no flatmate, so I can speak loudly and try not to sound like a Vietnam Airlines stewardess. So I guess this part will be less how I met Ngoc, more how we met Quinn Har and the one who got away.